I'm not happy that was not recorded, and I'm going to ask you to start with that, Shannon Wentworth.
No
What?
clap bombs and
No
during
clap bombs.
menopause.
That's one of the benefits of perimenopause.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that? What is one of the benefits? Tell us.
No more clap bombs.
I
Brava,
feel
mi
like I,
amor.
I feel like I remember that conversation going way back, and I feel like it shook you to your core.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like, who are
Because
these
I can
fucking clowns?
viscerally know what you're talking about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I can do when you say clap bomb, I can practically feel myself having one. I mean, we don't label enough shit that happens to women's bodies.
That's right.
So,
That's
like
so
we
right.
don't have enough vocabulary for it. So yeah, clap on.
Yeah. I'll never forget
So
that sweet cruise, right? And everybody was like, "What did you do? Did you paint the classrooms or did you plant trees?" I'm like, I did nothing. I did not one thing. I was in the casino whenever I could and eating whenever I couldn't be in the casino. So
Oh
my
my.
they were like, "Oh,
so
we went to
you
see
found a way
we
to
went to
give
see
back
the ruins. We went to see the
all
Mayan
your
ruins,
money to the casino.
right?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I came
brought
up with
crayons and pencils and paper to the school
nope.
in Roatan, or yeah, the planting of the trees in Louisiana. I mean, yeah, no, we were on the
Nope.
boat.
Yeah. Honestly, every time someone would say, "Did you? Did you?" I did not. It was my answer every time. I did not.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good
So
time.
tell us how we connected. Let me get you in here first, and then we'll hit you up for the deets.
So we're putting together this thing,
Yeah.
and of course we're thinking about like memorable moments and events and stuff that we did, and the fact that when we started in '06 and '07, we were shaky. It wasn't until about 2008, 2009 that we kind of found our footing. And then we went on this sweet cruise, which, by the way, we lied about the entire time we were promoting it, right, Donna? Because we couldn't afford to get to New Orleans. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna have a great time. We're going, we're going. Meanwhile, we had no intention of going because we were so dirt poor that we couldn't afford a ticket to New Orleans, but we didn't want to say that. And so Hazel, all the way in England, bought a ticket to the Sweet Cruise and then found out that we weren't going to be on the boat. And
Yeah.
she ended up buying us the tickets to New Orleans to be sure that we were on that boat. And that was the reason
Wow.
we made it out to
That's
the
so cool.
ship. But to be on that inaugural cruise with 900 other lesbians that we had only spoken to, on the phone or as guests or featured their website or, things like that was absolutely A, incredible, and B, nauseating because of that hurricane we went through. But I mean, we were so grateful, to be a part of that because it was like, when you're at work and you dread a team building event, like that was how
No,
I was.
I don't
I
know
was,
anything. I don't know anything about that. No, I
you
never
wouldn't,
dreaded team
you
building events.
wouldn't. Let's all go around and say something about ourselves somebody else might not know. Like that was the
Yeah.
feeling that I was, so I was dreading it. And it was nothing like that. It was just like everybody, whether you had met them before or not, everybody was already a friend. And it was, I mean, what an atmosphere that you created. I mean, I know people that still put together these resort trips and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. There's diehards,
Yeah, we
like
went on one 2 years ago.
yes,
You did. You
that's
you
Yeah,
crazy.
me
that's
and my son.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
kind of like
God.
to just go back a little bit because that was November of 2009. That was it was amazing
Right.
opportunity that you provided us. It was amazing opportunity for us to be with so many folks and musicians, comedians, film people that we had interviewed for a couple of years before. But
Yeah.
really, what was our connection, Shannon? How did we even connect in the first place? It was almost a year. Oh, let's let Shannon think about it first.
Um, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember. I mean, it's a bit of a blur for me, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there was a lot of stuff happening, but I
Mm-hmm.
think maybe you guys interviewed Kathy and Jill about their show, and they talked about coming on the cruise, and they knew how to contact me, something like that.
Suzanne.
Maybe Suzanne, yeah?
Yeah.
Because
Hysterical.
we were
Wait, good
so,
trolling, guys. You
we
were
were
trolling before
so
it was so cool.
totally, totally. We were so because again, let's just go back to Denise, our origin story. Like we were just women working regular jobs and fighting for every rent payment or mortgage payment at that point. And there was that other travel company that had the balls to charge
Yeah.
the amount of money they were charging
Yes.
and making it so exclusive that not that every girl could, that every person could make the trip. And there you and some previous partners at the time, like business connections that you had, put together this affordable, accessible. I think one of the most important parts was it was just us, like we weren't sharing the ship with non-invited guests.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was one of a kind. So
Yeah. And all the
we spent
do-goodery.
a year, from almost a full year, promoting and being so excited about it. And yes, Denise, I totally forgot that we had not secured we had our place secured on the ship thanks to Shannon and Sweet,
Yes.
but not anything else.
No. No. And so yeah, Hazel pulled through and got us there. We were walking down the hallway looking for our rooms, and there were women behind us, and they were going, that's Denise and Donna. That's them, isn't it? That's them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen to they're exactly the
Oh,
same
that's
as
so
they are on
cool.
the show. Like they're just like that. Listen to them. They're because we were of course like bickering or something,
Of
you know.
course. Of
Yeah.
course.
And they were just behind us like dying laughing. Like they were so just like that. And there were so many people that would come up to us and just say that they listened to the show, and we were like shocked, like just shocked. It was such a weird, like we knew the people that were with us listened to the show, but complete strangers were coming up and saying it, and it was absolutely incredible. And the connections that we made even afterwards long filled our calendars, with guest phone calls and promoting
Yeah.
their projects and all that kind of stuff. So it was such a one of those things you just will never forget. It was fantastic. It was just right in our wheelhouse, drinking, lesbians, and laughing pretty much the
Food
whole
and
time.
food and food.
And food
Food,
and
so
food.
much food.
When
We
I
still
found
talk
out
So
you
about
you
can
guys like
order
the
more
food?
than one dinner, get out of here.
we still talk about the figs. The figs is still literally a conversation in our lives
All the
from the
time.
buffet. Oh,
Gorgonzola stuffed figs were,
amazing.
I
But
think I
enough
could have done
about
better.
us.
Really?
Let's talk about you. You talk
Yeah.
about you. How do you feel about us? No, just kidding. Where how was that for you? You were really a trailblazer for women's entertainment and access. So tell us how that was for you.
Oh, I think what you're talking about is this like really special moment in history for lesbians and lesbian media and community and um yeah, I mean that cruise was the best week of my life. Don't tell my kid. Um but I had like it just I mean I didn't plan for the hurricane, but I honestly um I feel like what happened because of the hurricane is everybody had something to talk about
Oh God, yeah.
immediately,
Yeah.
right? So there wasn't all this awkward like looking at, like
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk to her or not. And it's just like everyone had a wild story
Oh my God.
to share, and we went through this, incredible experience. We did go, you guys, we went around the hurricane.
We did.
Yeah,
So
We did
yeah,
not go
if you
through
right.
it.
guys remember, I
Yeah.
got word like my crew was packing up at the hotel and, preparing to like pre-board. And they called and they said, if we don't get the ship out of the harbor by 3 o'clock, because we were set to sail at 4:30, 5 o'clock, we're not leaving, right?
Wow.
Because the hurricane's
Oh,
coming.
to like get ahead of it.
So, so my crew, there were 12 of us on a bus, and I'm like, text every single person that you know and tell them to text every single person that they know that we need to get on the boat right now. And I'm supposed to say ship. It's supposed to be called a ship.
Yeah,
But
we say
anyway, we
boat.
needed to
Boat.
get there. We
Yeah.
needed to get on, and we needed to get out of there. We were the only ship that got to leave. Everybody
Wow.
else got hit by the hurricane, four giant cruise ships, and they had to stay in the harbor the whole week.
And we got out. That is
And
so
we
We
got
never
great.
out and
knew
we went
that. That's
around
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, it was quite rough. Like
It
I
was
was
a
in
little rough,
my
but that was a great
nothing.
icebreaker with
It
every
was a great
person that you
icebreaker, I'm
saw,
telling
right?
you. And I tried to recreate it on all of my subsequent trips, where it's just like a quick way to get to know each other, right? But
Hi,
like
did
not
you
in
group?
that corporate weird way, but like, I put people in weird groups and had them go on missions together, right? And then they would just, have somebody that they knew their name already and they knew something about them, and
Yeah.
like the groups were supposed to go gather information from the like I mean, we worked on a bunch of different kinds of things like that just so that people felt like, I'm obviously not going to have a hurricane for every trip.
What an
Speaking of
But
innovative.
that,
something that was like
I
a social hurricane, like a
Right,
like a
right.
good way
Oh,
to
I love that.
start really
A
connecting
social
people.
social
hurricane.
hurricane.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Because that's in it that in itself was innovative because there were, there just wasn't anything to do that where anywhere else. Like we all were at home in our comfy, cozy places and we knew our own environment. But again, people from really not just the country, but you had folks from outside of the US that were joining your
Hmm.
events, some
Mhm.
of them on the islands, etc. So terrific plan, like networking before it was networking, really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's where these like we were talking to some listeners, that wanted to be a part of this too. And they were saying how the connections that grew through the show were so organic, and they're still friends and they're whether it's social media or texting or whatever. And I feel like the same thing about the Sweet Cruise is that those were like so many connections that we made that lasted, like those
Yeah.
friendships just absolutely lasted and still we still talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, and maybe it's because I live in the middle of nowhere now, right? And raising a kid, but I do kind of feel like we've lost some of that. Like in hindsight, it just like I was super openly lesbian. It was not a big deal at all. And now, right, like, um, and we were like celebrated and we were all over the media. And now it's like, there's an insane boycott, every time
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
girls kiss on TV or
Yeah.
whatever, like,
It,
you
nobody's
know,
comfortable anymore. We were so comfortable, and now that's just been snatched away.
yeah.
If you were going to start all over again today, given the current environment, where do you think you would find the strength in numbers today?
Yeah, that's kind of the hard part is like a lot of the lesbian media got sort of absorbed and then destroyed, right, by other entities. And so I don't know, I struggle because advertising, like you're trying to find, a needle in like the haystack of the world to find lesbian consumers. So, um, and yeah, I don't know that there's, like we had our logo commercial that was really good for us.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
but like it came on every night after the L word, and so I would sit and be on the chat, with people wanting to ask questions. I mean, it came on like at the last commercial break before the L word ended, and so I would be sitting there like watching people come to the site and you know, chatting with them if they had questions. But it's not. I don't know. I don't do like marketing anymore, so I haven't really kept
Right.
up. But I feel
Yeah.
like just you have to be absurdly invasive these days to get in front of the right things, right? Like with ads in front of videos for people who don't want to pay to not have like everything is
Yeah.
so commercialized and like
Yeah.
ridiculous. And I'm sure, if I tried to put that commercial out now, it would be banned on, like
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
channels or whatever, right? Like,
Exactly.
I mean, I just like and there's nothing even remotely racy about it, but it's just, the content of it. But, the mission of what we were trying to do, which is to take gay and lesbian people into other countries and be openly ourselves in front of them to like change the world, like that is something, I really miss doing that. I
Yeah.
really miss doing that because we made
Yeah.
a lot of connections, in Mexico, the Caribbean. Gosh, we helped an
Oh my
orphanage
gosh.
in Italy, right? Like we were, pretty much the sole sponsors of this school for special needs kids in Mexico. And it's like, and they didn't care,
Yeah.
Right.
like they got to know
They
us
were
as human
grateful.
beings and they learned something,
Yep.
and I feel like we're not really, I don't know, like this attention economy, it's like everything is in these like super fast sound bites and nobody's getting to know anybody anymore. It's just
Right.
about like
Yeah. Yeah.
followers and whatever.
Like a
Like
world run by like
I don't,
TikTok.
It's
hmm
TikTok
been,
world.
yeah,
you say you're away from it. It's been a while and it's a different universe. It really is.
so
Holy moly.
I know it's
Yeah.
not very funny though, huh?
No, 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 but
No,
it's
it's
Like
important.
important.
no, but I
But
mean, like, like
but
Important.
it's a trajectory.
my life got very serious.
I know, but it's a trajectory of the energy that you even just started wanting to provide something equally as entertaining as other opportunities, but also much more effective and with more impact. You coined a phrase that we still use to this day in my house anyway, and that's to do goodery, that we
Yeah,
were doing the work to do goodery, and that, I mean, you're still doing the do goodery. It's very highly commendable that you took
thank you.
you're still in your same flow, right? You're still in your same energy packet, like making it easier or righteous for others, which is really
Yeah,
very
Yeah.
wonderful.
I want to leave. I want to leave the world better than I found it. And I was home, with my kid watching PBS, and I saw that there was a law school here, and it was something that I had, always thought I would do when I was younger. But I had, you know,
Yeah.
um,
Other
but I
things.
just, well,
Yeah.
yeah, like I got on a different track, and so it was interesting to kind of come back to it in my 40s, right?
Yeah.
And just be like, you know what? Yeah, it's not
There's
over. I
always
love
time.
learning. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Do it, man.
it's been fantastic. So, next I'm going to go to med school. No,
Are you for real? Oh God.
no, I'm totally kidding. I'm
I'm
totally
gonna
kidding.
find,
Although I
I'm gonna
do
go to
kind of want
med
to,
school. I'm gonna be a
I do,
gynecologist, figure out what causes clot bombs.
I
There,
am
there
definitely
you and
thinking,
there you go.
oh my
Little
God,
note to
the cure for clot bones.